Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting edition of Psychic Sundays Live with your host, the Queen of Booga Booga, Psychic Sally Diane.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Psychic Sundays Live, our favorite hour of the week. And I can see that, everybody's coming on already. So while the producer gets set up, I'm going to start out with a 5-card spread.
Pick a card for your crush.
Yes.
All right, pick a card for your crush, folks.
Yes, let's do that right away. Pick a card for your crush. This is a pick a card for all the lovelorn out there. Everybody who wants to know, does he think about me? Will he contact me? All the lovelorn, all the crushers out there. And we're going to pick card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, card number 4, and card number 5. Just because it's kind of sticking out there, eh? All right, so did you pick card number 1? Card number 2, card number 3, card number 4, or card number 5? Do I have those placed right?
Oh, let me switch over. I'm not even paying attention here. They can go to your left.
To my left, okay. Oh, okay. All right, so if you pick card number 1, this week in your crush, it's the Sun. Oh, this is going to be a good week for you. You're going to get that wink or that smile or that message or just that hello that you were looking for. Whatever makes your heart happy is what you're going to get this week. Did you pick card number 2? Well, if you pick card number 2, then this week in your crush is the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords holds up the sword of truth. And she's got that sword, and she's saying also has her hand out. She's saying, you can approach me, but you better not lie to me. And so this week in your crush, it's very important that you take a realistic view of things and don't accept people's lies. So don't accept everything at face value. Always look at everything twice this week. Did you pick card number 3? Well, if you pick card number 3 for this week in your crush, you've got the magician, the alchemist, the one who can, he manifests everything. He has all the elements in front of him. Okay, so this week, you can make something happen in your crush. So this is a good week for you to take a little bit of a risk, say that hi, send that message, take a little bit of a risk, make things manifest. Did you pick card number 4? Well, card number 4 for this week in your crush is the Star reversed. And, the Star reversed is a card of disappointment. So this might not be the best week for you as far as you and your crush. It might be a good week for you to focus in on something else and wait until next week. Did you pick card number 5? Well, last but not least, for this week in your crush, card number 5 is the Page of Cups reversed. And the Page of Cups reversed says a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of information is going to come your way. But this is a good week for you to really question the motives of anybody who gives you information or anybody who offers you help. Okay, so don't trust anybody this week. Wait until next week. Okay, so there is this week in my crush. Okay, and I just wanted to say a few things before we get into all your wonderful questions here. I don't know how many of you know this, but this week we went live for a little bit, and I was doing my readings on world events, and I'm sure some of you have seen them posted on the channel. But we've decided that every now and then we will do a live unannounced. So it's important that everybody subscribe and turn on your notifications, because if I go live, I'm going to start with one world politics, world reading, but then I'm going to turn to your questions and answer your questions as long as I'm live. So remember, turn on those notifications. If you haven't done so, please subscribe. And remember, it helps us out a lot if you just like the channel, and I love it when you comment. Okay, so without further ado, let's get on with our questions. And it starts with Brother Cree Chris, who wants to know, how will the birthday boy be for his birthday? Well, I don't know whose birthday it is, but let's see. So, for Brother Cree Chris, the birthday boy on his birthday. And we're just going to do a 3-card spread. And I'm just going to keep with my Pamela Coleman Smith deck. And everybody out there that's calling a Rider Waite deck, Rider was just a publisher. This is the Pamela Coleman Smith deck. Okay, well, so it depends on how you look at things, because dead center, you've got the Knight of Swords, which means that the birthday boy might be a little bit rambunctious. The birthday boy might not exactly see what's the hand in front of his face, if you will. Sometimes the Knight of Swords can just ride in roughshod, and with the Knight of Swords reversed, it does mean he is riding roughshod. So unfortunately, personality-wise, the birthday boy isn't going to show his best side. Having said that, though, if you look at these cards, you've got the 9 of Cups and you've got the Ace of Cups. So the birthday boy is going to have a good birthday. He's going to be satisfied with himself, and he's going to get some lovely presents. So I hope that sits well with him. I think that he'll have a good birthday. I just question his mood a little bit. Okay, so let's move on to who's next.
Rainbow will I get divorced soon.
Oh, okay. Well, yikes. Interesting. Okay, so the card that came flying out, and the card they want me to look at, is a King of Cups. And that's just a real interesting card to come when you're talking about divorce, and here you have somebody who's solid and just and kind right there giving you direction. Okay, and who's very important in this whole issue. So I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle a little bit more and see what they want to tell me about the King of Cups, which is what is ultimately the answer to your question, because I do understand your question was, will I be getting a divorce soon? Well, you're going to get what you want. This is really an interesting card. This is one of the bonus cards that's actually a scene from a Shakespearean play. And it's a card about misdirection. It's a card about things seen, heard, situations misinterpreted. And it's kind of saying that some of those close to you may be giving you bad advice. Bad advice for for the right reasons. This is something that people might be protecting you a bit. So let's see what else we have. We have the 10 of Cups reversed. This is really interesting. It makes me wonder if maybe the divorce is just a formality, because you've got love and home all around you, even though you've got a little bit of deceit here, but it's like doing the wrong thing for the right reason. And when you want to look what's ahead of you, you've got the 10 of Cups, but it's the 10 of Cups reversed. So that is a dissolution of home, a dissolution of a marriage. But for some reason, it's a very good thing for you. So the simple answer, the complex answer to your simple question is yes. And it will be a good thing. I don't know who's giving you misdirection, but take everything you're told with a grain of salt over the next little while. All right, so, I see everybody's here, and I hope you all know about my tarot camp. And that is on September 17th. We will be hosting an all-day tarot camp. Starts in the morning, goes right through to the evening. It's a whole day with your Queen of Ooga Booga, lunch included. and we will be doing group exercises just to kind of get those group energies working together and psychic energies to get all this raised. Then we're going to be focusing in on the tarot. Then we're going to be focusing on reading, and it's going to go as fast as the group can take. It's designed for either novice or experienced alike, and it should be a whole day of fun. There's only eight slots. That's it. I want to make sure that everybody gets individual attention. And again, that's on September 17th. And if you want to find out more about the Tarot Camp, visit my website, sallydiane.com, and go to the classes section. Okay, so moving on.
Moving on, Callistica. Should I move to Vancouver or Victoria?
Okay. Okay, Callista. Okay, Callista's at the Callistica is at the crossroads. She wants to know which way to go. One side points to Victoria, and one side points to Vancouver. And always there's the one that points to the unknown, you know. Okay, so that's it. That's good. So cut the cards into 3 and see what the cards have to say to Callistica. So it starts out with the Queen of Pentacles. And so there's a bit of ungrounding here. There's kind of a reverse prosperity there. So things have been going crossways and sideways for you financially. And I think that's what's got you. You're looking for the way forward. That's what's got you at the crossroads. All right. So, you know you can be happy somewhere because you've been happy before and you just have a feeling that you're on a direction toward happiness. And I would say that the cards are agreeing with you. All right, so then you have the Seven of Cups. And Seven of Cups is the illusion delusion card, but as you observed, it is reversed, which means that things become more and more clear to you. So I think what they're telling you is that you are looking in the right direction. As far as the choice goes, focus more on your happiness than anything else. Because if you focus on your happiness, the answer will become clear to you. So, oh, excuse me. I was going to say there's a V here, but what else do I see? That's right, the Queen. All right, so I think we're looking at Victoria, and I just say that because I have the Queen reversed and I had to come up with a name. So Victoria was named after a queen. Plus that, I have a feeling that wherever you're going, and keep in mind, I haven't been to either place. So I don't know if there's a grand difference. Whatever I see, what I see is something that's more sort of landlocked, more away from an ocean or something. Because I'm seeing mountains here, mountains and a lot of land, but I'm not really seeing water. So I think you're going to go to a higher elevation. I think that might be Victoria, but I'll say to the higher elevation one. And that will become clear to you and in the not too distant future as well. Okay, so hi Eva, it's nice to see you.
High Priestess, Tarot is looking for a partner.
You just got rid of the last one. Boy, out of the frying pan and into the fire. High Priestess Tarot. Okay. Enough teasing. I know, I'm just kidding you. Yes, I will happily look at your way forward through relationships, see if you're ready for one. Okay, and I'm just going to go, oh, hi, Anna. Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups, but it's the Knight of Cups reversed. All right, so you might, yeah. Yeah, your experience with men so far hasn't been very good. I think you are ready for somebody better. Interesting, interesting. When it shows the passion, it has the Two of Swords. And I think that one of the things with you at High Priestess Tarot is that you're wondering if love is real, if that there's this whole self-doubting about whether love is there for you sort of thing. And it's not because you don't want somebody in your life, because you definitely do. That's the question you ask. But it's sort of confusing to you that you're a lot happier single right now than you were connected. But I think that has more to do with the type of men you choose. And these two right here are saying choose carefully. This card right here, this Five of Wands, is about adolescents getting together. Okay? And it's reversed, so it's saying take a more grown up view kind of thing. So you are headed in a good direction. Choose your next lover, your next partner wisely. You're better off on your own than you are with another bad partner. And that means that you don't make excuses for them. And the good, you don't have to apologize for the good ones. Okay, so it's more of an idea of knowing yourself and knowing what you don't want. So yes, you will, but you need to say no to Mr. Wrong.
High Priestess, I'm sorry I forgot to switch the camera to the overhead. We'll just have to visualize those cards.
Oh dear, you had the
High Priestess, she knows.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So.
All right, now we got the overhead camera back. Hi, Ava's mom.
Hi, Ma.
All right, Sonia wants to know about her daughter. She's going back to regular school. Apparently, she's been homeschooled for the last couple of years. Oh, y'all know why.
I think she'll do pretty well. I'm just going to do my little northeast southwest. Yeah, she's picked, she's over the past couple of years, she's picked up better interpersonal skills. She's matured a little bit more so she can tolerate a little bit more of the crap that goes on in school. She's had a good rest, and she needed a break from it. She really did. She must be a sensitive. Yes, because there's this idea that she has confidence in her, a lot more confidence in herself than she did before, and that shows. Okay, and also she's going to find a boyfriend that you don't like, but you can't have it all, right? Anyhow, yes, she's going to do just fine.
All right, and our next question comes from Patricia. I'm getting my EMF balanced. Will this help me to manifest better? Oh, but it will make you poorer. You ever heard of people having electromagnetic fields?
Well,
I mean, we can definitely be affected by EMF, but
yes.
As far as emitting EMF, no.
Yeah, I think that you are much, much better to do a true meditation. And I do offer a handout on how to get started with meditation. That's a straight meditation technique that leads into the kind of guided meditations that we like to do. And I really think that you need that because as you ask, all I'm seeing is your guides showing me you being in more of a Zen spot. And that Zen spot, that meditation, is not something that you can have somebody else do for you. You need to do it for yourself. So make sure you send me an email asking me for the flyer on meditation. And I won't charge you a cent for it. As a matter of fact, anybody that wants that particular flyer, just send an email to the queenofoogaboga@gmail.com, and I will be happy to share that with you. It's just an ODT doc, basically a Word document. It'll work Word or LibreOffice. Okay, so that's your answer, Patricia. Okay, Sonia says she was homeschooled for 2 years since COVID. It's actually helped her to be homeschooled. It's given her confidence in herself. And so it just kind of makes me think that at school she may have been held up by bullies or something like that, because being homeschooled has really helped her to show her own and made her think more about the path that she's taking. Okay, with our show on Friday night, will Eva and myself get more subscribers? Okay, so yes, I'll help you how I can, Divine Oracle readings. Brother Cree Chris and Eva from Divine Oracle readings, we see them here every Sunday night, and I watch their show on Friday night, and they have a nice conversation about a variety of topics. Last Friday it was about shadow people. The Friday before that it was about life after death, and it's interesting to get 2 points of view. One Canadian, one from the United States, one more city-based, one more country, rural-based. And so it really gives you a broad spectrum. And you can help them out by just tuning in and watching a little bit. They also both answer your questions, just as I do. So there you go. Hopefully that'll get you some subscribers. All right. And Lulu, what is coming for me for the rest of the year?
Whole year.
Wow. Yeah, well, it's getting close to the end. You got August, September, October, November, December. It's 5 months left.
Can somebody tell me how many days it is till Christmas?
I know. When's Christmas happening?
And will we be able to afford it? That's my question of the night.
Okay, so Lulu wants to know what's coming for her for the rest of the year, and I'm opening up my runes just because I can. That is a rune kind of question. Sorry for the noise, guys. Okay, so here you go for Lulu and the rest of the year. Okay, so you start out with Keenaz Torch, but you end up with Thorazaz. And this tells me that you've got a really active fall, and you start out with a lot of potential. This is a warning against biting off more than you can chew. It's one of those things. You can plant 12 oak saplings in your front yard, but you're not going to grow 12 oak trees. So whatever you take it on right now, Lucid Dreams, you've got Lulu, you have to consider how big this responsibility is going to become. Or by the end of the year, you're going to be carrying way more responsibility. So just be careful about overwhelming yourself. It starts out with with promise of prosperity and saying look toward the winter. So you might have something where they're telling you you'll have a chance to get ahead when in the new year, in the winter. So we're looking at January, February. Okay, so you've got a lot of the fate runes here in your in the fall, and these are really strong runes. I didn't throw that many runes, but you've got some really powerful ones that's saying, you could be on a good path, you could be on a prosperous path, but you have to be extra careful that you don't weigh yourself down. Because it looks like you've got one of those things handed to you where they're going to try and load you down more and more and more, and there's a big warning against that. But you don't, if you are really conservative and realistic about the challenges that you take on, this fall and toward the end of the year can be a very blessed thing.
Okay, next we have Lucid Dreams, who's looking to have her teeth fixed in an affordable way.
Okay, so, one thing I get there is your pride is not your friend. And it's time for you to look at things like dental schools and that. And I should probably grab the cards.
But you already have your hand in the bag.
And I already have the runes here. Okay.
Hold it down?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Okay, so this is where you're at right now. But this is where you could be. This is where you're headed. And this is about love. And this is about two-way love. So this talks about kindness and charity and compassion. So I go right back to that. Approach dental schools. Find the closest dental school to you. Give them a call. If they can't help you, they will certainly put you in the right direction. But that would be a way to get that done in an affordable way. Definitely do that. It feels like somebody's already suggested something like that, and within your family has already suggested something like that to you. And one of the things I got is something about pride. I don't want to take charity or that. Take the suggestion, contact the dental school. They can help you find a way to fix your teeth in a way that's affordable. That's what they're there for. Okay, so Jessica Jandry says hello, thank you. And Lynette wants to know, how can I improve my relationship? Okay, where were we? Sarah, you need to go to the beginning of the show. I always do a 5-card pick 5 for everyone who has a crush. It's because there's a lot of people who want to know. It's something that we all want to know about, right? Okay, so back to...
Well, that's the relationship improvements.
Okay, so I think it's the first time I've ever wished I had my Toth deck here. It just feels like Lynette needs an Aleister Crowley slap. Okay, how can I improve my relationship? But we are going to use Pamela Coleman Smith deck. I reached it and picked that up again. She's much kinder than the runes. See where your grounding is. See how things have gone so far. See where your passion is. See where they're going. Okay, so it does say work on it. Okay, and that just sounds like such common sense advice. But part of working on relationships also is knowing when to walk away. If you're carrying 100% of the weight, that's time to walk away. So it's kind of like set your own boundaries, decide for yourself. If you don't seem like somebody who's going to put in the time for a relationship, then Lynette doesn't have time for you. Okay, so think carefully about who you spend your time with and make sure that all your relationships have that two-way street. That's going to make all of them a lot better, which kind of means doing less, not more. Okay, so as the way things have been going, and it had, temperance reversed, it is about that being out of balance, of course, but it makes me wonder if sometimes people are enablers, and enablers attract drunks. And I'm wondering if you have a tendency to attract people with addictive sort of a personality. And if that be the fact, that's part of the work on it, because everything that goes wrong in a relationship couldn't possibly be your fault. That just doesn't even make sense. So if somebody would rather blame you than work on fixing their half of the relationship, show them the door. Show them the door. Less is more. Yeah, here we go. We have the Hanged Man. And it says that these are sacrifices that the universe says you need to make in order to put yourself in a position where you're ready to attract the right kind of person. It's really important that your number one rule has to be about, if you're not willing to work on the relationship, you can hit the road. Okay, and where things are going. Okay, you have the Three of Cups, but it's Three of Cups reversed. And the Three of Cups reversed, the Three of Cups itself is about celebrations and milestones. The fact that it's reversed just says that it's going to take you a little bit longer than you think. You cannot be looking for an instant fix. It's good, it says right here, if you start working on your relationships and sort out which ones are worth keeping and which ones are worth not keeping. That's a big part of it on your end. And that's your sacrifice. But you do that. And we know that you want to hear that it's going to be tomorrow. But you do this. You can have yourself in a really good spot relationship-wise by March. A lot of sorting out to do. Okay.
And next we have Jessica, who wants to know about her new relationship with Thomas.
Oh, how exciting. New relationships, new love. Woo. Love new love. Well, I love love, period. So, Jessica and Thomas. Oh. We're going to put that side as the last word. So we're going to do a quick 3-card spread. Jessica and Thomas. So. Interesting. Thomas shows up as being the Knight of Pentacles, but it's the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And apparently you'll be better at getting him to move forward. Apparently he's got a stubborn streak to him. I got to warn you about Thomas. He's got a huge stubborn streak to him, and he's already made some steps forward that he usually doesn't make. So let's see how he keeps going forward. Okay, so again, you've got this misdirection card, and I get a feeling that you can't always trust some of the female friends around him. Just don't be a sucker for what they tell you. Don't believe anything somebody else tells you. Only believe what you hear from the horse's mouth, because there's a lot of misdirection there. So I think that maybe within his circle of friends or within his family, he's got women there sabotaging his relationships. No wonder he feels like no matter how careful he is, he always ends up in the wrong spot. Yeah, there you go. This can be a good thing, but you need to keep yourself tight with him. Like the information, don't share a lot of information. And I hate to tell people not to trust, but don't exactly trust those around him. Thomas is a nice guy. Maybe he shouldn't trust him either. Let's see what that. Yes, it's worth it. Don't trust the females around him. They're not good in the relationship, but he's good. He's good, and it ends up with the Sun. That's the first card that the tarot threw at you, was the Sun. That's a really good card. That's a really positive card. He's worth the time.
All right, since we have a whole lot of questions, I think we'll put the pick a card for the week off till later.
Okay.
Joanne wants to know, will I end up in home ownership or renting the next place I move to?
The word choice comes up a lot. So that's your choice. But I'm still going to pull 3 cards. So you do have a choice there. Interesting. It starts out with the wish card. It starts out with that 9 of Cups, that good satisfaction. Okay, so you've got all these cups here. And so there's a lot of emotion around it. But there's somebody here. And I don't know whether we're looking at a husband or a boyfriend, but it feels like there's a male presence who's trying to make you doubt yourself as a homeowner. And sometimes that's an ego thing. Like a male that's close to you that can't afford a house, that sees a woman that will become jealous and will try and undermine you, because you're being undermined by somebody close to you for emotional and egotistical reasons. That's why I see in these 2 cards right here. But your first answer is the 9 of Cups. Yes, you are capable of owning a home, and yes, you should go for it. And no, you should not listen to anybody who is, whatting in your cornflakes. Oh, I can say pissing in your cornflakes, can't I?
You can say whatever you want. It's your show. Maybe. How does Gemini feel about me?
That's...
Being a Gemini, they don't know. It's true.
Yeah.
I know it's a generalization.
Sorry,
I
Geminis,
know
but
it's a generalization,
it is.
but my life experience is the Geminis don't know whether they're coming or going.
Yeah. So, and maybe it's really that should be under the 5-card spread. What do you think? Well, we already talked to you a little bit. I'll give you a couple cards. Yeah. All right. So, you're Gemini. Move forward, but it's reminding you that you need to be in charge of the situation. So then it's not the Gemini worrying about, it's not you worrying about how the Gemini feels about you. It's a Gemini who should be worried about how you feel about him. Yeah. There was a point in this relationship where you could have and should have backed out, but didn't. So you're in a little deep right now. Yeah, you got to take charge. You definitely have to take charge. And it looks like he uses a lot of silly excuses like, oh, in my childhood, this and this happened, so I can't be traumatized in this way. You know, he uses a lot of these bad childhood memories as reasons why he can't do anything. Call bullshit on that. Just take charge. You want to keep him around, take charge. He's just one of those that needs to be told what to do. There are people like that in the world. Okay.
All right, Hola, your question can be answered by pick a card for my crush, which was done at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah.
And when we are all done, you just rewind. Well, actually, you just hit play again.
Marcy.
Rewind. That shows you how old I am. Used to rewind stuff.
Oh, yeah. Be kind, rewind. Remember that from Blockbusters?
I'm not even sure where we still have rewind buttons on things. Who rewinds these days?
So, Marcy did say that, thank you, Marcy, who said my surprise show was awesome. So I want to remind all of you again, because I know that some people have come up that didn't hear the front part. I am going to start doing these surprise shows more and more. So make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit that notification button so you get a notification when I'm live. Because when I'm live, I'll start out with a reading for something in the world, but after that, I will answer everybody's question. Okay, so thank you for mentioning that.
Amar wants to know, will the work I'm doing give good results?
That's the wrong question. All right, so.
That's R-U-N-E.
Rhymes with tune. Okay, so, will the work I'm doing give good results? Yes, but you have to be true to the work because it looks right here. It starts out with Thorazaz, which is thorn, and it's just like on either side you have thorn and you have a gallus. So you have people who weren't part of the process that are trying to step in and control things. And there's this phrase, too many cooks spoil the soup, and this is very true. This is your project and you need to hang on to it and not let them come in and change things and change the rules on you. There is somebody that you're working with. There's a partner here, which again, not outside forces, but it feels like if you're true to your original cause, very true. This is Tiwaz. Tiwaz is all about truth and getting forward and justice. Yes. Your work can produce results. Try not to don't let outside forces interrupt whatever these disruptive forces may be. Don't let them near your work. Definitely, you could get good results here. And when we look at the future as we go through the winter, yeah, it does yield good results. And it says by next year you'll be on to the next big thing. Good stuff. Stand your ground. Don't let anybody ruin your stuff.
And our next question comes from Baby. Should I travel with my ex RQ?
What is an RQ?
That's his initials.
Oh. Sorry.
Or her.
Well, baby, it depends on the relationship you have with RQ, but you know how I feel about.
I think it depends more on what her expectations are of this vacation.
And his, because Like reconciliation, oh my God, if either one of you are thinking about reconciliation, it's going to be disastrously emotional. And that's just me stating the obvious. But let's see what the cards have to say about baby traveling with her ex. We could be so wrong. We could be so wrong. I'm definitely biased against that sort of thing.
Or she might have 2 or 3 nights on her own.
Yeah. Baby traveling with RQ. Okay. Interesting, because when I look at where you're coming from, there was a lot of confusion, a lot of misdirection. Definitely, just I'm going to say misdirection. And this is turned around, so you've gotten a lot of clarity since RQ has become your ex. And so maybe you should rely on the clarity you've received. Yeah. It depends. One person is expecting to get back together, baby. And I have a feeling it's you, because dead center it's saying, there is the two of you and it is a trip. And the two of you together, but anything else here is a loss. So somebody so yes, you can travel, and yes, it can be platonic, but somebody is expecting more. And there's also a reminder here about the finances, and maybe you're doing this to save money, but also still make sure that you pay your own way. It's very necessary.
Take those traveler checks.
Yeah, but if you were going to ask me, I think it would be very tense. You could do it. You could save a little bit of money, but I'm not sure that the juice is worth the squeeze.
Okay, then. Suzanne wants to know whether she's going to have a good meeting tomorrow at work. Do you have any advice for her?
Yes. Oh, congratulations on your young man, by the way.
Bring coffee for everybody.
Yes. Bring coffee, wear a smile. A new shade of lipstick. A new shade of lipstick always helps. Okay. Suzanne and tomorrow's meeting. Oh, I'm just laughing because it feels like they've tried to save money. And I think this would be money as far as staffing and that, because it feels like they've put a few people out in the cold by cutting hours or whatever. And I'm laughing because it was really disastrous. Okay. That's interesting. You've got the Two of Swords like dead center, so the cards are saying, you don't really know what this means about. Okay, so it depends on it depends on what you're expecting, because I think what you're expecting is to be able to move on. And I think what they're going to tell you is they want you to stay where you're at for a while, which is not what you want to hear, but they will give you a date when you can move on. Because I know you're restless, but honey, you're always restless. It's part of your soul. But the funniest thing is that they've left themselves a little short-staffed, so you might have some wiggle or negotiation room there. Okay. Hi, Sarah. Oh.
SB, may I ask what my colleague truly feels about me? Well, that is a question that we answer at the beginning of every Sunday night when Sally does a 5-card draw or pick a card for your crush. And what you do there is Sally will pull 5 cards, you pick one of those cards, and the reading for that card will be your answer for your crush question. And Sarah, same thing. Pick a card for my crush. At the end of the show, we'll just hit play again and watch her all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Sophie.
And SB, I do feel like she could use.
All right then, get her
a reading, and this is just because you're working with all men. and you're feeling vulnerable, and I just kind of want to do a reading just to see where you're at, because I think it has to do, it's more than what a colleague truly feels towards you. You know, men are always a little bit attracted. That's not the point, right? So let's just see what your situation at work looks like. 'Cause that's pretty intense when you're working with all men.
Where do you get all men?
Oh, because I'm seeing all male. Okay. But anyhow, I'm still looking at what's going on around work. I would step carefully. I would step very carefully. I know you could feel I know that you could feel an attraction. That's something that he wouldn't follow through on, and neither should you. You know, and it may have to do with the rules of the company. It may have to do with his particular situation, because it doesn't feel like it's got anything to do with you. You are beautiful. He's very attracted to you, but he will never follow through on that. He will carry that attraction to his grave, and this card says don't lose a lot of sleep over this. Men often get attractions. That's just the way they are, and then they put off that energy, and we get confused. Yeah, but there is this idea that it's better for you to kind of ignore it and kind of let it go unnoticed and unspoken about, because you're going to be in a position by next year where you're going to want to move beyond that. And I think this also has to do with a new job, because it says that you're going to be leaving a lot behind next year for something better. Okay, so that's what the cards have to say.
That's what the card had to say there, yeah.
Yeah. I just felt like she needed just that little bit more. Okay.
All right. Well, for the entity that's trying to psychically attack me, you too. Will Daniel file for divorce this year?
All right.
Sophie wants to know about that.
Well, Daniel filed for divorce.
See, that always pulls the carpet out underneath their feet. Like, what? What do you mean you love me?
Okay, so. I'm just going to do a northeast southwest. Okay, so at the very heart of it, this is a situation that you're not satisfied with. You're not satisfied at all. You're being promised something that's being held out of your reach, and you're being offered a lot of something that you don't want. Well, that's frustrating. Interesting. Okay, so you asked, will Daniel file for divorce this year? And at first I thought that you wanted to be free of Daniel. I don't think that's actually what it is, because it doesn't seem like Daniel's being straight up with you about a lot of things. And it's kind of like, no matter how topsy-turvy he says his home life is, it just feels like he's focused in on someone else. And these say it's time to move on. And it does talk about, leaving Daniel behind. So the answer to that is, I didn't get a solid yes or no, but it did get that you are leaving him behind. So if he's going to be divorcing you, the answer is yes. And if it's somebody else you're waiting for him to divorce, you'll be waiting a long time. But the cards seem to think that the sooner you get free of him, the better. And that is possible. You'll see those seeds planted by October.
Okay.
Who's my future spouse? Oh,
Who is my future spouse? Tell me, tell me.
Tell me. Oh, and, you know, before the show started, I was thinking about how so many people kind of put their whole self-image on who's attracted to them and who chooses them. And anybody who's out there doing it, quit it. Quit it, quit it, quit it. Okay. So who's my future spouse? You know, when we were kids, what we used to do, we'd get an apple, and you turn you get an apple with a stem on it, and then you turn it, and every turn was a letter. So it's A, B, C, D, just to see what the letter of your future spouse was.
So there was nobody standing behind you, whacking you upside the head, going, "Don't play with your food."
Not when Dad wasn't around. I've already told you about how my baby sister and I would.
Yes.
I love you, Patty. We'll have to teach the kids how to play looky looky. Okay, so anyhow.
Hope Martinez wants to get married again. Maybe.
I waste no time. Oh, Hope, will I ever marry again? Will I ever marry again? Hope. Yes. Ever marry again? Yes. Interesting. Okay, so first off, never let the death card freak you out because it's about change. But there are some things that aren't going to change. And it's just saying that over the next couple of years, you're carrying a lot. Just dead center, you're carrying a lot. And so it's kind of like you've got all kinds of things to worry about other than relationships. But it does say that, yes, you will get married, and I'm pretty sure you're going to marry somebody you already know. All right. So, boy, you are working so hard, Hope. You need to learn to delegate a little bit, because the guy in the Ten of Wands is somebody who's carrying way too many responsibilities, way too much weight on their shoulders. And life wants to bring you happiness. That was the first thing the cards told you, was that Three of Cups. That Three of Cups, you can tell by looking at it, it's a happy card. It's a card about entering into more prosperous time in your life. So don't let yourself be overburdened the way you are now. Learn to delegate some of it out. You asked, the question was, were you going to get married again? Yes, I think that 3 is telling me within 3 years, and you are going to marry somebody that you already know. Not everything in your life is going to change, but some things are.
Well, it turns out I missed a question from Hola. Should I reach out to N? Oh, maybe that's because that question probably can't be answered by pick a card from my crush. But give it a go.
Give it a go?
Give it a go.
One card.
Should
yes.
Hola say, yeah, well...
Yes. Yes. Okay. There
you go.
A pretty straightforward yes. So, yeah.
Suzanne, we did a surprise show earlier this week where Sally just said, "Hey, I want to go live." So we did. There was it was rough. Yeah.
But it was the first time.
We attempted to do something that it just miscommunication. Yeah.
But we're going to try it again.
Yeah. Also, lack of a script.
Well, that's a live show.
Wave Killer's looking for love in September, but not now and not October. So September, nothing Wave Killer, or can we juggle a few other months in there?
Okay.
133 days till Christmas, everybody.
Woohoo!
I hope that Sears Wish catalog comes
Sonia,
soon.
13 is not too young to date. I'm an old woman, and I had my first kiss when I was 13 years old, right in the Bliss Theater.
I'll see.
I know, it was awful. His name was Chuck Anderson. He was 1 year younger than me, younger man, and he never talked to me again, for crying out loud. I was from a small town, so I don't think that first kiss was very good.
It could just be that you are not his type.
I'm not a lot of people type. I'm just glad I'm your type.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Wave Killer's still looking for love.
Wave Killer.
We sure
Okay.
keeping him waiting.
Okay, let's do the northeast southwest for the Wave Killer. I like this spread. It's pretty easy because you go north, which is your grounding, east, which is what's coming in, south, which is your passion, and west is the way things are flowing. Okay, so right now you feel a little unbalanced. And, you've got the Archangel Michael trying to help you get into balance. So will I find love in September? We'll see, but you need to find some. Oh, hope springs eternals. Huh, interesting, because you've got 8 stars here. And you've got the unbalance, and you have the 9 of Cups, and even if the 9 of Cups is reversed, it still talks about satisfaction. The only thing with the 9 of Cups is that when it's reversed like that, it's kind of short-lived. So you do have some love coming in. You got something hot coming your way, and it's right toward the end toward the end of August. But you were asking about September. Yeah. You'll have a little fling first, but yeah, you'll find somebody. You'll find somebody good. But you'll have to kiss one more fool before that happens. See if his name's Chuck Anderson.
Yeah, another Chuck.
That's right, man. That's a cursed name.
Yeah. Anything that ends in uck or ugh seems to be a problem for you.
Well, yeah.
Except for luck. Okay. We got what's in here?
Okay.
Oh, let's see. Nana, when is new love coming to me?
That's a 1 card thing. Okay. When is new love coming to you? You ready? Soon. Real soon. But it comes in as a Knight of Swords, so maybe a little, yeah. You've got one coming your way, but it might be a flash in the pan. When you got the Knight of Swords reversed, he's a little rough around the edges, to say the least. But yeah, he's coming your way. You got new love coming your way.
So there's a date for Halloween. There you go. That's all you wanted to know.
Right
anyway.
It's right through the change of seasons because you see all the wind there.
Oh,
all right.
Wind. Lots of wind all the time these days.
Is my future spouse from the same place as where I am?
Yep, that's the question for Hitesh.
Yes. Okay, so yes or no? No. So it says that whoever you're crushing on now is from where you're at, but your future love, someplace else.
I missed another one. Look at that. S wants to know who her future spouse is.
I thought I answered that one.
I thought you did too, but pretty sure you did.
Yes, because I am past Rainbow. Oh, yeah. Sophia wants to know, is Cece trying to get remarried?
Yep, that's where we're at.
Okay. Well, I did Hola.
Yeah, we just did that.
Is he trying to get remarried? Well, yeah. He's trying to get things into a blessed place. I wish him luck with that. Okay.
Treasure Chest would like to know if they should continue to work in both their career paths.
Oh. So Treasure Chest, ooh. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so I have to say no. And the reason I say no is because even though it's helping you financially, it's taking away emotionally. You're being overburdened here. And you're working enough that's taking more than it's giving. And it kind of means that you're sort of falling out of love with both of your careers. So pick one. Pick one. Pick one, focus on that exclusively, and you will find happiness. Money isn't everything. All right.
Wave color, love is rough for you. I'm not sure whether you're complaining or bragging.
Consider it bragging.
Depending on who's holding the whip, right?
Yeah.
Grace wants some career question reading.
Okay. So, Grace. Oh, yeah, Hatish. Been there, done that. It always is best to just bury that way down. They don't need to know you got a crush on them. Married is married is married. Okay, so who are we asked?
Grace, looking
Grace.
for career reading.
Okay, Grace and career. See where you're at, see what got you here, see where your passion is, and see where you're headed. All right, so it looks like they've fallen off their wall a little bit. So you either got a better position or you got something that brings you more money, because the first thing it says is that the coin's falling. And you've got an opportunity offered to you already, but it feels like it's a little bit short term, because it just doesn't feel like it's permanent enough to be appealing to you. You've got the Knight of Pentacles reversed. That's interesting. Okay, so you wanted a career reading. Know that I feel like wherever you're at, I feel like there's opportunities around you in other places. And I feel like where you're at, they're just offering enough to keep you on the chain. And I think that even though it's not what you want to do, just because who wants to be the new kid on the block again? It is time for you to look for a new career. And it's okay to want more money. But whatever's going on here, where you're at right now, is not in your best interest. And the cards are really saying you're going to make more money elsewhere. So don't buy what you're being told. Don't believe what you're being told. Look at what other opportunities are out there for you.
Okay, that appears to be our last question right now.
Okay, and I wanted to remind everybody, if you want a reading from your queen, Sally Diane, you can meet me in person at the spa near the tracks right here on Stratford, Ontario. But no matter where you are in the world, we can set up a reading online. Just send me an email to thequeenofoogaboga@gmail.com. Anybody wishing to make an appointment with me at the spa near the tracks can call 519-272-1293. And again, for an online reading, fire off an email to thequeenofoogaboga@gmail.com. And make sure to visit our website, sallydiane.com. Go to the classes section to find out about our upcoming tarot camp. Now, there's only 8 spots available, and it's going to be a lot of fun all day long, and it's just geared for anybody who has been reading the tarot will become a better reader. Anybody that needs to get started at the tarot will get started. Okay, so it should be a lot of fun. I hope to see all 8 of you there. We have 8 slots available. And who's next?
Next.
Okay, I know Vera McNichol. She was oh, that's what Treasure Chest asked? I just caught that.
I have no idea.
Yes, Treasure Chest just asked if I knew Vera McNichol. And I think that I missed the opportunity to meet her by just a couple of years, because she's right in the same area as I am. I do have one of the books she wrote. And I know she wrote a few books. Oh, I've heard all the stories about her and her husband. she read for free. She was a nurse, and she just felt like she was called to read people. So everybody likes free readings, of course. And so there'd be a whole line of cars down the street to see Vera McNichol. And her husband would just stand out in the front yard and tell everybody what they thought about, what he thought about them just spending their time lining up like that. But she'd come out and she'd just look at the line of cars and she'd point to one, and that was the one that got a reading that day. So that's what I know about Vera McNichol. And if I got any of that wrong, just correct me right down here. Tell me all about it. All right.
Okay, so.
Oh, Treasure Chest said he loved Vera. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, you're related to her. That's nice. That's nice. Thank you for mentioning her. She was a giant.
Okay. You know what time it is?
It's time to do your 5-card spread, because we feel like three.
It's pick a card for the week, which is a 3-card spread.
That's right.
We haven't cut down the number of spreads you do because you're getting confused.
Well, I'm getting older too. I have a birthday in a couple weeks. I'm going to be 29 again with GST and PST and
there's no such thing as
interest.
PST anymore. Who are you kidding?
GST, compounded
All right,
interest.
let me switch over to the other side there.
All right.
So what are we doing?
So we're doing a pick 3, and this is so everybody that didn't ask a question could still have a reading for the week. So I want you to all pick a card, one of 3. You can pick card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3. So, which card did you draw? Card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3? So, if you pick card number 1, this week, your reading for this week is a Queen of Wands reversed. And the Queen of Wands reversed can be a little short-tempered, maybe more confident than she needs to be. So this week is a week for you my mom used to say, keep your words soft and sweet, because you may have to eat them tomorrow. And this is a week for you to count 10 and keep your words soft and sweet, because it might be a little hard for you to handle your temper. So somebody's getting under your skin. So did you pick card number 2? Well, if you pick card number 2, then this week for you is justice. Justice. I love to see justice. Justice is a lot about karma. And this week, you're going to see karma hit. Not you, but somebody that richly deserves it. You are going to have the honor of seeing somebody who richly deserves it get their just desserts. Have a great week. Very enviable. Okay, so did you pick card number 3? Well, if you pick card number 3, then this week for you is the Chariot reversed. And the Chariot reversed kind of says, hey, this is a time for you to stop and think. So don't let anybody push you forward faster than you need to. This is a week for you to stay in the same spot and really observe what's around you and just soak it all in and get a map of wherever you're at. But this is not a week for action. This is a week for observation. So you're ready for the action. Okay, so thank you everybody for tuning in. As always, it's my favorite hour of the week. Well, we've gone a little bit over an hour, but remember to tell all your friends, like, subscribe. It really helps me out when you do that. And also hit the notification bell so you know when I go live with one of my surprise lives. And we will see you next week on Psychic Sundays Live, right here on the Queen of Ooga Booga channel, 9 p.m. next week.